Hello everybody, my name is David. Thank you for joining me today for Monday's Q&A videos where I'm answering your guys' questions from last Monday. So if you guys have any questions, please go down into the comments section. Type anything you want, ask me anything you want and I'll answer it next Monday in the next question and answer video. Something I like to recommend every once in a while, something called Shane's Law Petition. Shane is somebody who suffered from a really bad narcissistic smear campaign for a long time, and it affected him and his entire family. And Shane didn't know what to do back then. He didn't know where to go, where to turn. There was no help available for Shane to make it stop, and he took his own life. Something common that narcissist victims will do when they can't escape or get help. Something very common. So I took special interest in Shane's situation because I'm suffering from being targeted from a narcissistic smear campaign as well. This person's been attacking me for almost 2 years now. And so I'm starting to get to know what Shane felt like. And basically, and I didn't mean take my own life, not at all. But I'm getting to understand what damaging effects a smear campaign does. Not just to me, but people around me. Matter of fact, this person smearing me and targeting me, this narcissist, just contacted someone close to me. So, and threatened her. So, and it's bothering people around me. They can't help me. They can't do anything. Make this stop. Make this person stop right now. Not yet. So, I've taken special interest in Shane because somebody started a petition in Shane's name. It's called Shane's Law Petition. So somebody's trying to make it a law that you can't do this anymore to people. And it's not just, I'm not supporting this, and I didn't take interest just because I'm going through the same thing Shane is. Why I'm doing this is because I refuse to allow society to go down this road. And I'll do my part by not accepting this. And I hope that all of you do your part by not accepting this. And one thing you can do is support Shane's Law Petition at change.org. I'll put the link down below in the description box. All you have to do is follow it and sign it. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Support this everywhere. Don't tolerate or allow this anywhere. This kind of smear social public attacks on members in society. We don't do this to people, okay? Some people are bad, some people are good, some people make mistakes, well, most people, but we don't do this, okay? This person attacking me is making up all kinds of lies, all kinds of people, and just saying things that she says are true, and so that's good enough reason to attack me, and she's gotten other people to attack me too. But it's not okay. It's not true, and it wouldn't matter if it was. That doesn't give you a right to attack me or hurt other people. If you're somebody who hurts people and you have excuses and you have reasons that you do this, there's something wrong with you. Saying that narcissists are bad. Why are they bad? They hurt people. So I'm going to hurt them. I'm going to hurt narcissists. That's okay because they're a narcissist. No, it's not okay to hurt human beings, period. And that's the only thing that separates us from them, right? If people are bad and good, which I don't buy, but if people are bad or good and you want to be a good person, why act like a bad person? Act like a good person. Rise above it. Don't sink down and hurt people just because you've been hurt. Okay? That's what this person's doing to me. So somebody asked me, and I'm talking about this so much because somebody just asked me if they know what the progress of this is, what's happened. And I'm glad you asked. Thank you for caring. Since I started supporting this petition, it's gained around 7,000 votes, signatures. It was right around 20. Now it's at 27,022. Gaining every day. It's gaining traction. It's getting somewhere, and it will go somewhere. And if this doesn't, I will start another one. I will do whatever it takes, and that's why I do these videos, is to help society. This has got to stop. If you guys aren't against this, or if you guys are against public smearing and attacking and what narcissists do to destroy society, all you have to do is sign this petition to help, okay? To help in some way. Thank you very much if you do. So something else I like to do is recommend something every week. It could be a person, an author, their book, someone else's channel, something else you can take. And I'm going to recommend water because It's such good water. It's got so many good things in it. And I'm hoping this will replace a lot of things for a lot of people. We have victims going through this right now of narcissistic abuse, suffering from it, the after effects. We're anxious, we're depressed. Okay, we got to start taking care of ourselves. So if people are drinking like caffeine or alcohol, things like this is something you can replace that with, which I hope you consider. But this is good for everybody. This is called Crazy Fizz and Crazy Water. See the fizz there? And here's the water. Okay, this is an American product. It has things in it like alkalinity, sodium bicarbonate, calcium, chloride, fluoride, magnesium, manganese, potassium, silica, sulfate, and zinc, which do things like help bone structure and density, blood clotting, oral hygiene, break down fats, carbohydrates, metabolism, digestion. It helps with growth of new cells, strengthens hair, nails, skin, strengthens immune system, all kinds of good stuff, okay? And like I said, it's just a great alternative to caffeine or alcohol. I tried it, it tastes pretty good. I tried one of them. And the 4 are a little different. They just have a little bit different things in them, or different amounts, I'd rather say. And one of them is carbonated. The rest are not. The rest are just water. So if you guys want to, I'll put a link to where you can buy this in the description box. If you're interested, you can order it for delivery, home delivery, okay? And you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me or follow the link and find out. Okay, so let's get started with the questions. First one is from Eric and Big D. Hello, Eric. What does it say about me if I never joined online media after a couple obscure sites? Or you're saying you didn't really buy into the whole social media thing, maybe a couple little sites. You said sort of like my MySpace. You were into MySpace, but you can't stand Facebook. You're saying dump the big bro. Now, people, it's not rocket science that it does not make you happier or better informed. And I agree. This notion that people are happy because I saw them smile on Facebook, or because I saw the things they own, or the vacations they took, or the people they're with, it's BS. It's all exterior. I'm not saying they're not happy, they may be, but it's not because of that. Those aren't the things that make us happy. Human beings, okay? Not cars, not money, not vacations, and not pretty people standing next to you smiling with their arm around them. Now I'm happy. Or if I go like this, I'm not happy. If I go like this, I'm happy. Really? That's pretty easy to fool. Matter of fact, that's what a lot of people really believe about themselves. If I act happy, I am happy. If I smile, I'm happy. If I'm with someone that's happy, I'm happy. It's BS, and we're all lying to ourselves. Happiness comes from within. It should, or it's going to be very, very short-lived. I'm glad you're not into that too much. I would suggest to stay that way. Next question, or next statement from David. This is a shortened version that David asked me. I discarded my wife, and she is borderline. Told her, and she left me on 19th month. I have been getting help, and she will not. I try to tell her therapist what's wrong with her, and I got BS about HEPA laws. So I understand your ex is in therapy, but we don't contact anyone's therapist. The only time I ever thought that was okay is when a mother did it to her small young child. Contacted a therapist and told her stuff. Yeah. No, we don't do that to people. We don't contact people's therapists and help and diagnose them. Okay, we can't do that. You know, I don't know about the response you got, but they can't respond. They can't talk about her to you. They can't do that. And they're not going to listen. You know, they're not going to let someone they don't know come in and tell them how to do their job and what their education is and what they need to do. And it's just not going to work. We don't do that. And I understand your purpose is to help, but it's not helping anybody. Yeah, so try to refrain from that. Try to ask yourself, how does it feel by doing that? And if it doesn't feel good, don't do it again, okay? I'm sure it doesn't feel good. I know you got a bad reaction, but besides that reaction, how does it feel to do stuff like that? To call up somebody and say, hey, she's borderline. I know your intentions were good. That doesn't mean it felt good or that it had a good outcome. It didn't. So I wouldn't do that. I don't believe that we should do that to people. I don't believe we even need to tell people what we think they are or have. We don't do that. They're not asking. Why are you telling? You know, I know she's in therapy, but that's between her and her therapist. And if this is your ex, keep it your ex. Okay? Sieda. I still don't know if I'm saying it right. I filed for divorce and had a restraining order placed on my husband. He is calling the children, and I am scared what else he would do because I think he is in denial. Well, in situations like this that we're scared of what our ex is going to do, okay? Try to differentiate fear and anxiety. So, you said you're scared what else he would do. Sounds like you don't know. Obviously, we can't predict the future. But what my point is if your ex hasn't physically attacked the children or you, that shouldn't be something you really need to fear. If he's never done it before. If he's never said, I'm going to do it. Now, if he's done it before, yeah, okay. If he said, I'm going to do it, yeah, okay. But should we fear things like that? Should we say, I'm afraid someone's going to do something they've never done? I've never been worried about it before, but okay? Or what is your fear? If that's not your fear, what is your fear? You have to know. Fear is an emotion. We got to know what it is. We got to know why. So it might just be anxiety. You might just be fear of the unknown, right? You might just be scared of what might happen, what could happen. You don't know what will happen. And a lot of this it might be out of your hands. I tell everybody, this is legal matters that you go to a lawyer about. The lawyer will help you with this, and the court will decide what will happen. Okay? That's what needs to happen. No contact with them. You have a restraining order placed on your husband. So I don't know if he can't contact you or he can't contact the children. We've got to let him see the children if that's what the court orders. If the court doesn't order it, mom doesn't want to, okay. If that's your decision. I hope I'm making sense. It's hard for me to comment on things like this because I'm not a lawyer. I don't even know where you're at. Laws are different everywhere. Actually, I do know where you're at, but laws are different, state to state, country to country. And a lot of this stuff, if the court decides something, we have no control over it, guys. So you can be as afraid as you want that they're going to talk and manipulate and stuff to your children, but it's not going to do a lot of good to be really, really scared of it. Find out what you can do about it. There are things you can do, okay? Rookie II1. I don't know where you're from. Oh, something else. That reminds me. Please, ask me a question. Tell me your location, please. Tell us where you're at. We like to know. People like to know. Helps us feel a little closer and let them know it's not just you. It's not just here. It's a problem with the human race, okay? I'm 53 and was in a long-distance relationship with a narcissist. I studied and now see the whole picture. The question is, should I remain friends with her? Should I send her a video about narcissism? I don't know why you should. Is she searching high and low for help? What's wrong with her? Because she says, I'm determined to change my life and fix my problems and stop doing this. Where's the help? I don't understand. Where's the answer? And you're like, oh, I think it might be this. No. And she's asking you, she's calling you up going, what's my problem? What's my problem? Tell me. And you're like, oh, narcissism. No. We can't do that. We just don't do that. We stay away and it's her life. Okay, it's her life. It's her life to find out. You found out, she can find out. If you found out about her, she can find out about herself. It's not that hard. Okay? It's not that hard. Should you send her a video about narcissism? No. Should you remain friends with her? You wrote somewhere there's been lots of abuse. So you're in a long-distance relationship with someone who abused you. That's not okay. Why would it be okay to be friends and be abused? Are you saying they won't abuse you if you're just friends? What I think is really important is cognitively understand what you want. Be aware. If you made a huge list of what you like in another person as a friend, I don't think this narcissistic abuser will fit that. right? So and to ask me if you should be friends with someone, I don't understand that. Why would I decide if you should be friends with somebody? Can't you just go inside and go, being around this person hurts. That's it. What are you trying to do? Manipulate the situation to make it work out just for you, the way that you want to? That's what it sounds like. I'm not accusing you of that. It just sounds like that. It sounds like it's not working like this, but I'm going to try it like this, or maybe like this, and maybe if we do this. Get this person out of your life and put some other people in it. Maybe some professionals and some other friends. Or if you have friends now, ask them what they think. Bounce this off of them. Because what you should do doesn't matter. What you want to do is all that matters. How you feel. Not me, not anybody else, not them. That's for sure. Okay? So all that matters is what you want, and that should be judged by how you feel. Right? So figure out what you want in life. Right? Some people call them goals. Figure out what you want in life and see if being friends or having this person in your life at all helps you achieve that. I doubt it. Okay? You might be telling yourself, yeah, it will help. No, it won't. Not someone abusing you. We cannot be successful while someone's abusing us, okay? Where are we at here? Huh. I have a new camera. It's not telling me time. Interesting. Okay. Next question is from Christina. San Francisco, Bay Area. Hello. I had a relationship with a narcissist, and my therapist shamed me, telling me not to talk about my experiences. Question. Are there any early detections for covert narcissists? Well, I got a comment. Well, I'm just going to say, we make things feel better by talking about them. We don't make things go away by ignoring them, right? Don't say cancer. We might get it. So your question is, are there any early detections for covert narcissists? I'm going to tell you, Christina, that there's a reason you fell in love or dated a person with a personality disorder, and that's all you got to worry about, is that you dated someone with a personality disorder. We don't need to have personality disorder detectors. We need to figure out why we did that. Why did you date somebody who abuses you, who's really, really sick? And then we fix that, and then we don't do it again. That's all you got to worry about. That's it. Because there are early detections. But if we don't feel good about ourselves, we excuse them, just like you did. You've had red flags. You saw little things that weren't right, didn't make sense, didn't understand. And if you asked them about it, you accepted their explanations, their excuses, and then you accepted them doing it again. Okay? So we don't have to worry about the witch hunt. Who's a narcissist? Who's not? When we treat ourselves really well, we only allow people to treat us well. And if a narcissist wants to come along and treat you well, that's fine. But the reason we fell for him is because of our own void. We thought they were, what? Fill in the gap. Fill in that sentence. Well, I thought that they were, what? Good, nice, honest. I thought that's what you want. That's a void. Okay? That's what you're looking for. That's what you thought this person was. If you weren't looking so hard for what you had or what you want to fill that void with, you wouldn't fall for that so easily. Okay? Not your fault. Being abused is not your fault at all. It's their fault. Okay? But I could tell you early detections. I've made plenty of videos about it. You can go look at my videos. If you go scroll through my videos, you'll see tons of videos I've made about detecting narcissists. But what's funny is you could tell me, Christina, what are some early detection signs? If you were with a covert narcissist, what happened in the beginning of the relationship? They love bombed you too much. They idealized you too much, put you on a pedestal too much. The relationship went too fast, right? They have addictions. They talked about their ex all the time. I mean, I could just go on for days. You knew that was wrong. You accepted it because of how you felt about yourself. Okay? Thank you. Sue, Phoenix, Arizona. Hello, Sue. Just watched Revenge, a video I made, titled Revenge. I was very cruel to my ex, borderline, when our relationship ended. Now I feel terrible. Should I break no contact to apologize? Great question, Sue. Thank you. Great one. I know thousands of people feel that way. And it's such a good question, because I want you guys to understand something. That our actions and our choices should say who we are. When we go against who we are, it makes us feel bad. We do ourselves wrong, dirty. That expression people say, it wasn't me, it wasn't like myself to do that. I don't normally behave that way or treat people that way. I'm ashamed of myself. You see that? That's a good thing. Some people don't have that. The person that's been attacking me for 2 years doesn't have that, feels no shame. The sociopath who thinks, yes, I can do whatever I want and everybody else is just as bad. We're all bad. No, we aren't. We aren't all bad, unhealthy, gross, and attack people. You should feel ashamed of yourself for behaving that way, and I'm glad that you do, Sue. That shows that you have morals and values, and you want to hold them principle in everything you do, but that time you moved them. That time you moved them. You said abuse is wrong. Abuse is wrong, but this time, it's okay. This time, I will move my morals and values out of the way, and I will behave in a way that's not like my morals and values. Just this time. How does that feel, Sue? You feel terrible. Our sense of self is shattered, fragmented. Yeah? We're floating around. The ground we're walking on is like an earthquake. We don't know who we are, lost, empty. It's okay. It's okay, Sue. We can't fix every mistake. We just learn from them. Okay? You don't like how you acted, don't do it again. It's that simple. It's that simple. When you feel really good about yourself, it'll be easier to do that. You don't feel very good about yourself. That's why. Okay? And you want to make it better. So you want to call and apologize. That's a really nice thing. That's a really nice thing. But the person that you hurt, okay, they should have the ability to make themselves feel better. When people hurt me, I don't need everyone that has hurt me to apologize to me. I haven't needed it. And I've healed and I'm okay. And a lot of people have not ever apologized to me for doing it. And you're going to do the same. You're going to heal and get better without the people hurting you ever apologizing. Okay? And this person that you hurt and every person in the world can and should do the same. Okay? They have their emotions. You have yours. You're responsible for yours. They're responsible for theirs. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about how they feel. They need to take care of that themselves. And they need to not be around you if you keep hurting them. Stuff like that, okay? You just, if it's something you did, you feel guilty, but this is a lot of shame. A lot of shame. A lot about how we feel about ourselves. So keep working on yourself, Sue, and the choices you make, be very cognitively aware of the choices you're making and make them in a way that says who you are, that represents you. All right? And this is why, going back to my video on revenge, we don't hurt people out of revenge, out of spite, or because we're hurt. Any of those reasons. We don't hurt people, guys. It's that simple. It's not okay if you don't like them. It's not okay if they've been to prison. It's not okay to hurt people because they've hurt somebody. It's amazing, basic rule. But we have to live by it, or we don't know who we are. We're no longer civilized. And civilized could be may not be a real thing, tangible thing, but we've got to be better than animals, don't we? The rest of the animals on this planet. We don't hurt other people, period. And there's always going to be some people that hurt other people And we deal with that, not by hurting them. We try to make them stop. Identifying it, acknowledging it, stuff like this. Okay? It's a great lesson that you're learning, Sue. You're okay. Get support, have friends, talk to people, talk about this, say it several times until it doesn't bother you as much anymore, Sue. But you'll start making better choices and make you start feeling better about yourself. So you'll be okay. Hope that helps. Sean from Sweden, Oxford, England, and Canada. Damn. Sean is international. My daughter is developing her mother unhealthy traits. What can I do? So Sean had a daughter with someone unhealthy, has unhealthy traits. And Sean's concerned because Sean's daughter's also developing these traits, believed from her mother. What can you do? What can you do? Realize there's not a whole lot, maybe. I'll give you some pointers, Sean. Start teaching your daughter things that are important to you in life. Start teaching your daughter your values and morals so that she can find her own. Okay? She needs to find herself. And herself, her autonomy, all of it needs to be supported big time. Find out who she is. Support her likes, wants, desires. Listen to her fears. Talk to her and connect with her as much as possible. Tell her you love her all the time and ask her how she feels. And then at an appropriate age, I don't know how old she is, that's up to you, Dad. You start explaining to her what's going on with her and her mother. And you do it in a very nice, very healthy, mature, loving way. And you explain to her what's going on, what's wrong with her mother. And you do that in a very nice, loving, caring way. You don't talk smack about her mom. You say, well, your mom might be a little sick. You don't even have to tell her the title or what you think, diagnosis. Just let your daughter know what kind of behavior is right and wrong for her. So when her mom does something that hurts her, you let your daughter know, well, that's wrong for you then. You know, and you just be there. And the best thing you could do, Sean, besides all those other things I said, is get her involved in some therapy, okay? What happens a lot with two parents like this is they get pitted in the middle and they get scared to say anything, to pick favorites, to talk bad about mom or dad. You know, they don't want to do that. They get quiet and they ignore their bad emotions. They need an outlet for this. They need to talk and they need to understand, because all the bad things that feel bad to them that you do and mom does and you guys do to each other and say, and hurting and sadness, okay? All the parts that your daughter doesn't understand believes it's her fault and she's a bad person, okay? So we're going to let her really understand that it's not her fault. We're going to let her understand what's really going on with her mother. And then you're going to start helping her with how to deal with her mother, ways, techniques that she can do and try, okay? Maybe you can try and get custody. I don't know, but I would try and get her involved in therapy. And, you know, you're the father. She may not want to, but you try to make it happen as hard as you can, okay? Again, I'd get a lawyer involved in all of this stuff. Tell your lawyer what you want, what you think, and what to do, okay? Or what you want to do. Good luck. I'm very sorry. Maria from Canada. Hello, Maria. Maria asks, if he texted me to never contact him again, is he done? I have to work with him at events. Can I just walk away? Why can't you, Maria? Of course you can. You don't need to ask somebody else it's okay what you do. You can do whatever you want, Maria. How does it feel? It's got to feel better than talking to him. You're responsible for how you feel. Nobody else. Somebody else can tell you what to do, but they aren't responsible for how you feel about it. They aren't going to feel anything about it afterwards. You are. People always are scared of, what do I do if I run into my ex? Well, let's start with nothing and just walk away. Start with that. If there's something else you want to add, you think that will serve you well, okay, we can start doing that. But that's where you start, right? You said you have to work with him at events. I'm sorry. I would try to change that. Unless he's, you know, if he's worked there a long time, I would try to change that. If he's somebody who doesn't keep jobs, unstable, he might be gone soon. If necessary, I would address this with your employer in a very healthy way. Just kind of mention it. Just want you to know, I dated this person. They abused me. I don't want anything to do with them. I might just ignore them. I can't work with them. Unless you have to work with them, be careful. Now you're saying I can't do my job, you know. Anyways, your question, can I just walk away? Of course you can. Now, maybe your boss says no, you know. Maybe your responsibility is to work with this person in your job, and that's something entirely else that you're going to have to consider and work out. You might need a new job, but there's no reason to feel this amount of stress at work, okay? Good luck. Let's try and squeeze one more in, part 1. From Joanna. Don't know where you're from, Joanna. David, how do you get closure if the narcissist won't give it to you? I feel some closure listening to you, but is there more I can do? Well, of course there's more you can do than listen to me. So, closure's so important, isn't it, guys? Someone just leaves us, ends a relationship and doesn't tell us why or anything. It's horrible. Horrible feeling. We're left to feel it's our fault. So when we give somebody closure, we're honest with them, even if it hurts them. I don't love you anymore. I'm not attracted to you anymore. I don't trust you anymore. I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to talk to you anymore. We've got to be honest. And we can say it in a nice way. I know it's going to hurt, but some things just hurt in life. Some things have to hurt. So there's emotions. That's what we're talking about, right? Talking about things that hurt, don't feel good in our body. Let's keep processing these. Let's take our time. We're trying to understand, okay? And getting closure on your own could be very difficult. You can write down as much as you want. You can talk on a recorder and make videos, and you can learn and watch my videos and ask questions. But I highly recommend doing this with somebody else. Somebody with a different perspective over here, looking at both of you, that don't have something to gain from lying. They aren't friends with your ex, right? They're just looking at you and saying, this is what I think's going on. And the objective, the goal, is to find the truth. And the truth does not hurt. Not as bad as the lies. Because the lies are, it's my fault. And that's a lie. It's not your fault. This person left you and didn't give you closure, not because you're gross, ugly, stupid, fat. No. It's because they're a little peon that can't do that. They can't. They can't talk about their feelings. They can't tell you anything. They can't be responsible. They don't, it just... do it with somebody else if you can. Best thing you can do. Take your time. Do it as long as you need to till you fully understand everything. I tell my clients, write down bad feelings all the time. Something bad, write it down. Tell me, let's talk about it. Okay, that's how you make it go away. Keep processing this, okay? Doing it by ourselves, we may not have all the answers. We may be able to see. We may feel bad about ourselves from being abused already. And so now we're trying to do this on our own. And the conclusion, why did they leave me? I'm not good enough. And the person they're with is better than me. Man, does that talk about squashing your self-worth, esteem? Jesus. And it's not true. It's not true. It's not true. You don't even want this person either. Thank you. Get some help. Get some support, okay? Fit Mama Roberta from the Bay Area. Hello. Again, please share the importance of continuing to working on ourselves. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to save this. Fit Mama Roberta, I'm saving your question for part 2, okay? Everybody, let's stop part 1, and I will start part 2 after this. Sorry if I'm a little tired. I forgot to tell you, I've been traveling, flying for days, and I got into town really, really late last night. Didn't get enough sleep. I'm a little jet lagged, a little tired, so I'm sorry if I'm a little slow or I look like crap. Thank you for sticking this out with me. I'll see you in part 2 in a few minutes.